And I was just like, I feel bad saying that because I don't know why I feel that, but that's why I feel it. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Now we just gotta set it. We setting it up. We setting it up. So we just asking the audience to take this journey with us. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great ride, and buckle up because it's a roller coaster.
At the war right now, Rock.
I ain't getting on my knees, Nick. Not for you or no man.
You still in training. Time to put them reps in.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna take this city, bitty world by storm. And I'm just getting warm. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
You wanted to be in it? You in it.
Say my name. Say my name.
Hello, I'm Sophie Lenore from the Prestige Magazine and host of Candid Diverse. Today, I am super excited to be chatting with actor Omar Epps, one of the talented stars of the new StarzPlay series, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Oh my goodness. Hello, Omar. It is so wonderful to meet you today.
It's great to meet you as well. How you doing?
Oh, very, very good. I mean, you understand, I grew up on you. You are one of my favorite actors. So I'm really excited to chat with you today.
Thank you.
First and foremost, I must say, I loved the pilot. Great cast, great premise. Kudos to the whole team. Fantastic job. You're so welcome. I'd like to talk to you a bit about the show and about your character, Malcolm Howard, that you play. So first and foremost, I want to try to familiarize people a little bit about the show as a whole. People who aren't familiar with the Starz hit series Power universe. Power was the mothership show that kicked off the whole Power universe, which now includes Raising Kanan. The Power universe includes Power Book 2, Ghost, and now Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Is that correct? Is that the right sequence? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. So, Omar, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, is the newest chapter to the Power universe, yet it's a prequel that's set in South Side of Jamaica during the 90s. Yeah, is it correct?
Southside Jamaica, Queens, and it's the origin story of Kanan, and people who have watched Power know that 50 Cent played the infamous Kanan star.
Yes.
And so this show is about that character as a kid.
Yes.
Just growing up in this family and how he became who he was. Power.
And I saw that like starting from the early 80s where they showed the first fight and his interaction with Jukebox, jumping into the 90s to really show him in his pre-manhood stages before he kind of arrives into his own. Yes, excellent. And I have to say, in terms of the authenticity of the lingo, the wardrobe, the locations. Like, I mean, I'm from New York, born and raised in Brooklyn and Queens. So I spent a lot of time in Jamaica. And I just had to say, I was like, did you guys recreate any of those shots? I mean, the Jamaica Coliseum Mall, like, does that still exist? You guys did such a great job with that. And I just have to say kudos on that, especially with you, because, you are, from the 90s, from that era in terms of, the fandom. So it was really lovely to see you a part of the cast and a part of this whole 90s era. But I'd love to talk to you more about your character. So, Omar, your character, Malcolm Howard, who you play on the series, he has a little bit of depth to him. I feel it. So I would love for you to tell us, what kind of man is Malcolm Howard, and what can we expect from Malcolm as the season unfolds?
Well, yeah, Detective Malcolm Howard is he's a guy who lives on the dark side. You know, on both, and he straddles both sides of the fence. He's a guy who's from the streets, so he has one foot there, but he's also, you know, in the NYPD,
Mhm.
but he's learned how to manipulate that system,
I see.
and ultimately he's a guy who wants to harness all the power, right? Not to be cliche, but that's
Got you.
that's that's really what he's about. He's trying to control every situation that he can.
Mhm.
And in the first season, as you guys got to start watching on the 18th of July, but throughout the first season, you know, he'll be faced with uh, some things that he can't control,
I see.
and so, and he'll find those things out in real time with along with the audience, and it's gonna shift his whole life, his whole existence. So it was fun to play that role, or it's fun to play that role, and it was a challenge in that way. But yeah.
Wow, you see that gives me a bit more perspective. Now I feel a bit more confident about my next question. Your character seems to be very, very cocky, kind of like an old G, you know, on the force. But
Yeah,
he seems very dirty as well.
yeah.
So dark side, thank you. I feel like I was feeling that vibe. What is lying under the surface with Malcolm? Something just doesn't seem straight. Something's something seems a little crooked. A little
Well,
crooked.
you know what it is with Howard is that he's trying. He comes from a different time. So
Yeah.
even though
Okay.
this is one thing I want the audience to remember is that, like, when they watch the show, is that even though the show takes place in like the late 80s, early 90s, he's from a different generation
Exactly.
from
Yeah.
then,
Okay.
you know. So he the way you know, he's sort of going through a culture shock, you know what I mean, of the way
See.
that things are starting to unfold and happen, because he's used to a different time where, you know, you can just be a little bit more straightforward and a little bit more brute, if you will.
I see.
And so it's like, as the show is unfolding, which is about this real, it's a family drama and it's a coming of age show, and he's sort of the old head in it, in all of that.
OG.
Yeah. You know, and so he has to learn how to navigate that terrain, in order to, you know, keep his version of power.
Okay. That was a good PC way to describe it. Because I don't feel he's anywhere near PC, but okay. Yeah, well, following the premiere of the series trailer for Power Book Raising Kanan, there's been a lot of comparisons to the prior chapters in the Power universe. How is Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, different from the other chapters of the Power Book season in regards to the series and the universe? How would you feel that this is just a really different installment, and why?
Yeah, I think that I mean, listen, it's power itself. The notion of the show is its own, has become its own universe, and I
True,
think that that's sort of the tree, if you will.
true.
And then every tree has branches, and every branch has leaves, and so,
Yes,
you
well
know,
said.
again, you know, with Raising Canaan, it is its own world, because Kanan in the original Power universe was such a unique, explosive character. It was just like, you know, who is this guy? Like, why is he like that? How did he become like that? And this show is a deep dive into how a human being can become like what we've already seen from that character. And it's sort of exploring his innocence, and it's exploring his humanity, you know, because we already know where he sort of
See.
ended up, but it's like, this is, everyone begins from somewhere. So in that sense, I think it makes it a very unique angle in the Power universe.
I see. Yeah, I mean, besides from it being a prequel, I completely agree with you. And the more of the family dynamic and family aspect of it as well. I feel like it makes it a bit different, but you definitely described it and differentiated this installment much, much better. So I have to say that with everything that I've seen in the pilot, I'm super excited for what's to come. I was just upset that there wasn't more of you so I can feel your character out more, because I was just like, you just giving me shady vibes. And I was just like, I feel bad saying that because I don't know why I feel that, but that's why I feel it. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Now we just got to set it. We setting it up. We setting it up. So we just asking the audience to take this journey with us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great ride, and buckle up because it's a roller coaster.
Oh my gosh, I believe you 100%. Thank you so much. Oh, Omar, I appreciate you chatting with me today. It was wonderful talking to you about the slightly shady but intriguing character you play in Detective Out on the new StarzPlay series Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan premieres on July 18th on StarzPlay. So mark your calendars and make sure you tune in to watch. Visit starz.com for more information. And I thank you so much again, Mr. Epps, for giving me your time and letting me get a little bit of inside on as it comes to Detective Howard. I super appreciate it, and I'm so looking forward to more. Thank you again.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, have a wonderful day.
You too.